Hello everyone, welcome back to Pharma E-Class. I am Priya Maurya from Smriti College of Pharmaceutical Education, Indore. So in previous lecture, we had discussed about the production transfer. Subsequently in production transfer, we have already also discussed about the production transfer, in which specifically process transfer, packaging transfer and cleaning transfer. So in particularly process transfer, we have also discussed about the criteria for starting material as well as the excipient. So after this, when a product is manufactured, so for today's topic, let's start a new topic, that is quality control or analytical method transfer. So after the successful completion of the production transfer, there is need for the analytical method transfer for the quality control purpose. So transfer of analytical method should accommodate all the analytical testing required to demonstrate compliance of the product to be transferred with the registered specification. So there are some guidelines for sending unit and receiving unit. So before this, the transfer of analytical method is used to test the pharmaceutical products, their ingredients and the cleaning procedure like residual samples, and need to be in place before the process validation studies of manufacturing operation can be carried out. The sending unit should prepare a protocol defining the steps to be undertaken for analytical method transfer. The analytical method transfer protocol should be describe the objective, scope, responsibilities of the sending unit as well as the receiving unit, what are the various materials, methods and equipments, the experimental design and acceptance criteria also, and very important, its documentation, which includes the information to be supplied with the result as well as what are the various acceptance criteria, various report forms as well as which is to be used in the analytical method. So and various deviation limits, references, signed approval and detail of the references samples, that is for API, intermediate product and finished goods. So after that, let's talk about the sending unit responsibilities for analytical method transfer. So the responsibility for the successful analytical method transfer by the sending unit are: the sending unit should provide a method specific training to the analyst and other quality control staff which is present at the receiving unit, as well as sending unit also provide the acceptance criteria and validation protocol for the receiving unit training exercise. After that, it will also assist, sending unit should also assist in analysis of quality control testing results and also define the experimental designs, sampling methods as well as acceptance criteria, and provide any validation report for the method under the transfer and demonstrate for the robustness of that particular analytical method. After that, sending unit should provide the data for the equipment used and any standard reference samples which are used during the analytical method transfer. After that, also provide approved SOPs which are used in the testing of any individual product, whether it is API or it is finished goods. So these are some responsibilities of the sending unit at the time of analytical method transfer. Let's come to the receiving unit responsibilities for a successful analytical method transfer. So there are some responsibilities of receiving unit which are to review the analytical method provided by the sending unit and formally agree on the acceptance criteria before the execution of the transfer protocol. Apart from that, to ensure that the necessary equipment for quality control is available and qualified at the receiving unit side. Equipment should be replicated where it is possible, but it is accepted that different models can be accepted. For example, spectrophotometers and chromatographs could already be in place. For example, if we talk about spectrophotometers, so it is not necessary that same company's spectrophotometer and same model number spectrophotometer is also there, but the principle should be same. Apart from that, the receiving unit should ensure that the adequately trained and experienced personnel is in place for the analytical testing purpose, and also provide a documented system capable of recording, receipt and testing of sample to the required specification using the approved test methods, and of reporting, recording and collecting data and designation of status, whether it is approved, rejected or quarantined, and execute the transfer protocol. So these all are the responsibilities of the receiving unit. A suggested analytical training protocol would be as follows. Like in case of production transfer, we also know that we already discussed the transfer protocol. So in case of analytical method transfer, there is an analytical training protocol which should as follows. The receiving and sending unit analyst assay to retain samples from the receiving unit. That means both the personnel from both the units, like from sending unit and from the receiving unit, cumulatively perform a analysis for a sample which is obtained from a sending unit. Apart from that, sending unit and receiving unit analyst then assay two subsequent or two subpotent samples which are already received from the sending unit. Apart from that, the sending unit and receiving unit analyst assay samples taken from the receiving unit production. That means first we have to perform analysis for the sample which is received from the sending unit. After that, we have to perform analysis for the sample which is itself produced at the receiving unit production site. Apart from that, the receiving unit analyst provide the sufficient replicate analysis to enable a significant test, for example, which is against the established method at the sending unit site. So that means there must be a comparison between the product from the sending unit and from the receiving unit. A similar exercise should be undertaken for the analysis of the low level of APIs in rinse waters for the equipment cleaning validation. That means we have also performed a cleaning validation procedure for each analytical method during the analytical method transfer. So all these activities and outcomes should be documented at the time of analytical method transfer. After that, relevant tests which are applicable to the APIs and finished pharmaceutical products or finished pharmaceutical goods, which includes the identification test for the API, assay for the potency, it is also applicable for the APIs. Apart from that, content uniformity or uniformity of content which is applicable for finished pharmaceutical products. Apart from that, impurities and degradation products. What are the various impurities found in any particular we can say finished product of any pharmaceutical finished product? So what are the various impurities and what are the various degradation products? Its physical criteria, and apart from that, cleaning verification to assure that the residues and viable organisms on the equipment and critical areas of the work environment are below a specific limit or below specified limit. So there should be limit decided for the impurities and degradation product. Apart from that, microbial testing is also necessary for some products apart from antimicrobial agents. After that, physical properties applicable to different dosage forms are reflected in this specification for excipients to be transferred, and relevant tests for the physical criteria which include but not are limited to, such as, if we talk about for solid oral dosage form, so for solid oral dosage form, what are the various tests like disintegration test, in vitro drug dissolution testing, average weight variation or average weight test. Apart from that, thickness of the particular single unit dosage form, friability in case of tablet, and hardness also. These all are the quality control parameter if we talk about a solid oral dosage form, or we can specifically say in case of tablet. Apart from that, if we talk about liquid dosage form, so factors which affect the filling such as specific gravity or we can say density, viscosity of the particular liquid dosage form, which will ultimately affect the product package size of the liquid dosage form. Apart from that, if we talk about parenterals, so pH is very important criteria in case of parenteral products, or we can say in case of transdermal dosage form or topical preparation like semi-solid ointment, paste, lotion, etc. Apart from that, one important criteria also, that is particle size determination for the inhaled dosage form or for inhalation products. So these all are about what are the various dosage form and what are the various tests which are required to test these particular all dosage form. Where a sterile manufacturing process is involved, a comprehensive, fully validated system of control should be in place to minimize the risk of microbiological, particulate and pyrogen contamination. Some specific points for the manufacture of sterile preparation are outlined in the relevant WHO guidelines. Reference to compendial monographs, for example, the international pharmacopoeias such as European Pharmacopoeia, British Pharmacopoeia, United States Pharmacopoeia, where it is applicable. So the reference compendial monograph should also be transferred at the time of analytical method transfer. So where it is available is expected. Typically, the transfer of compendial method is only necessary if additional detail needs to be described or if critical parameter need to be specific to obtain the accurate result, and suggested experimental designs and acceptance criteria for the main analytical testing methods which may change accordingly, where the analytical procedure changes for different type of products. Thank you.